Welcome back to Post Time. Recently, at the Delaware Standardbred Owners Association annual dinner, a special appreciation award was given to Andy West, the editor of the Delaware State News and a lifelong fan of the sport. Andy, what was your reaction when you found out you were going to be honored?
I was just thrilled. We do so much at the newspaper for the community to begin with, but something like harness racing, which is one of the things that actually drew me to the Delaware State News back in 1990, it just is that much more special because I've made a lot of friends over the years and I understand how important the industry is to our area.
Well, you've written about harness racing for a long time, but actually you were a fan like way before you even started, doodling about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We grew up in Parsonsburg, Maryland, so close to Ocean Down. So I spent a lot of time on those benches out there and hanging on the rail with everybody else until I was old enough to bet. And, so it was something that we really enjoyed. My grandparents really enjoyed the sport, and my grandfather, Tom Hickman, was a horse owner for a while. So, all of those things play into the enjoyment I get out of it anyway.
You talked about when you started being at the Delaware State News and then, really getting to meet some of the horsemen and everything. You were actually in media races, so you got to really see behind the scenes. What was that like to drive horses for you?
Yeah, when you say behind the scenes, it really is behind the scenes, if you know what I mean.
Nice.
Well, listen, it was a lot of fun. Donnie Long was my personal trainer during that time, and he hooked me up and we got started, and I loved it. When you think about it, it's like hanging out of a car going 35 miles an hour. And if you haven't done anything like that before, it's quite a ride. I'd love to do it again. I was in a race with quarter horses up in Saratoga, New York when I was a sports writer there one time. And I much prefer the harness racing, actually. It seems safer.
And you mentioned that it's a great sport and that you love it, but why do you love it? Like, there's so many different reasons for so many different people that attract them to this sport, and it's never one reason for everybody. What's your reason?
Oh, it's about the people and the stories, the horses that go with it. Just kind of a quick aside, I know this isn't in a harness racing field, but when I was in Saratoga, New York, working for a paper there, I was asked to cover thoroughbred racing every day for the month of the meet up there. And the primary assignment I got was a horse called Ali Sheba. I was supposed to visit every day with this Kentucky Derby champ. And when you think about it, the people involved in that, the trainer Jack Van Berg had just a tremendous personality, and this horse was just amazing, all heart and a lot of personality. The thing that I remember most about it, this horse would be backed up to a fence, and it would just rest there, and with its head up, looking around, and you can't ask for more. It was like being around a celebrity every day. So it's all about that. These great stories with people who, some, on all different levels. There's some people who are working as hard as they possibly can, and then there's others with money. But it's really all about the people and the passion that they have.
Yeah, isn't it funny how a four-legged animal, and it doesn't matter if it's thoroughbred or harness racing or quarter horse racing, I mean, Arabians, riding horses, how an animal brings so many people together, but that is great. I mean, it's a great behind-the-scenes story. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I always tell people Seabiscuit is one of my favorite stories that I've ever read, in terms of a book and a movie. And that's what it's all about. There's people and a horse here that, what more can you ask for?
Do you have a favorite horse from Delaware? Of course, the first one that comes to mind, I gotta say Rainbow Blue. Seems to be everybody's, but I'm gonna throw it out there. Obviously, Rainbow Blue was huge, and you guys did so much for her, publicizing her at the paper.
Yeah, that would be one of them that I enjoyed watching. As a writer, when I was doing it, there was a horse called Complex Trooper that was in the Meadowlands Million. I guess that was, I want to see what year that was, 1993 or so, 92 or 93. Morgan McGinnis was a trainer. That was a fun story, and here's a guy who worked really hard over the years and had a lot of great horses. But this one was truly special to him, and it had, that kind of success, and watching the build up to a big race. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so do I. Thank you so much. And we appreciate you so much at the DSOA, and we're honored to give you the award.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.